Welcome back to our channel, guys. We got Sarah Millican today. Our first female comedian is making her appearance on the channel. We've been saying we got to do a female comedian for a while. You know, wanted to get Sam, somebody that she could really resonate with. So we've got Sarah Millican, and the title is Having a Boyfriend. So you are a female and you have a boyfriend.
I do.
This is straight up your alley.
So let's hope that this is relatable.
No, but for real, we've been wanting to do a female comedian for a while because we've only got male comedians. We've got lots of those. We got Dave Chappelle, we got Bill Burr, we got
George Carlin,
Gabriel Iglesias, Patrice O'Neill. We've got so many. So if you like comedy and it's your first time on the channel, welcome. Glad that you're here with us. But we got lots more. So if you want to subscribe and hit that notification bell, we'd love to have you around. We don't do just comedy, we do sports and music as well. So we're so grateful for all these support. So if you want to hit that like button, and if you do enjoy this, leave a comment and let us know what you liked about it. And we'd love to have you, like I said, as a part of our community. So you ready to check out some female comedians?
I am.
No,
let's
comedians,
do it.
one comedian. You are ready?
I am ready.
Are you ready? You sure? Do you want me to ask you one more time? Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, let's go.
Thank you much for coming. I'm going to leave you on a story. Me and my fella don't really get nights off together very often, so when we do, we try to make the most of it. And went out on, we call them like a date night. Went out on a date night recently, had a curry, lovely curry, got in, put a DVD on, everything going really well. Halfway through the film started to get a little bit amorous, a little bit frisky, which I suppose is one of the points of the date night. Seemingly, we'd forgotten that 2 hours before that, we'd had a curry. Nevertheless, he went downstairs. I don't mean for a glass of water. I already told you I live in a flat, fucking work it out. The only reason he'd go downstairs is to do the bins. And that should never be a euphemism for that. Do you fancy doing the bins later on? It doesn't work, does it? No. So he went downstairs. Do you know I do it like that as well, like in that little stupid voice? Downstairs. That's not how I ask him for it, by the way. Downstairs. You go downstairs later on. Will you do the bin? So he was downstairs. And there's no nice way of saying this to you lovely people, but I could feel a fart brewing. Nobody knows what to do they? There's no plan of action for this. So what I did, and I don't really know I did this, certainly don't know why I'm telling you lot. Similar to in the film Rain Man, I started going, uh-oh. 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 And he carried on, because as he told me afterwards, he thought I was doing an impression of Beyonce. But we've clearly not got the hang of the whole seduction thing. I think that's fairly evident from what I've told you so far, isn't it? But I walked in on him the other day and he was lying on the bed just in his pants, because you know how men think that's attractive. And he had one bollock hanging out. And I thought, I'm going to have to pull him on it. Question him on it, not pull him on it. If only they made that noise. If they made that noise, I'd never leave the little buggers alone. I said, do you know that you've got a bollock hanging out? He said, yes, I do. I put it out especially for you. But like I said,
So this is a different one, right? They switched it.
Yeah, she's in a different outfit.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure. So do you tend to do the same thing? Do you want to pull on lights and make the noise, or driving a truck? Boo, boo.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Are you? Okay, good to know. On that note, we'll get back to it.
been with my fella for 6 years. It's going really well. He bought himself a suit recently. I don't think I've ever seen him in a suit. I quite fancied him in his suit. And I told him, I said, quite fancy you in your suit. And he said, and I quote, it's very smooth, he said, if you like, I'll leave it on and sort you out all good and proper, all posh and that. you forgot to say Miss Moneypenny on the end. But the only time we ever argue is when it comes to Christmas, birthdays, present giving times, that sort of thing, because he really likes to buy me surprises, and I really hate surprises. We've got a bit of a happy medium now, though, the last couple of years, where I give him a list of pre-approved surprises. 5 or 6 things. He can pick whichever one he likes. I don't know which one it's going to be, so it's still technically a surprise. He came home a few days before my birthday last year, and he said, "Never guess what I've just done." I said, "What have you just done?" He said, "I've gone off list." He said, "I'm not even sure if you're going to like it." I said, "Why the fuck did you buy it then?" I mean, thank you. But a friend of mine who doesn't really know us very well, she said, "Oh, that sounds like an engagement ring to me." I said, "No, it sounds like kaplunk." But we have quite busy lives, as I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. And when we go on holiday, we like to go somewhere relaxing, somewhere where we can look at nice scenery and read books. That's all we really want to do. My boyfriend doesn't like to fly, so we tend to stay within the UK. And because we don't have to pay for expensive flights, we sometimes treat ourselves to a slightly posher hotel. The last posh hotel we stayed in had 2 baths either side of each other. And I thought, oh, we're going to be able to have really romantic baths together without having to stare at hairy toes. That man puts up with an awful lot with me. To be fair, his feet aren't any better. They're not horrific, they're just, feet. Nails are a bit long, toes are a bit hairy. There's crusty bits on the bottoms, this sort of thing. Said you look like you could pick up mice with those. They've got a certain sort of owl-like quality to them. But we don't live together. We have a few days a week together and a few days a week apart. And when we're apart and I get to sleep in my own bed on my own, I fucking love it. Starfish! I love it. So we all have our partners, but when you're trying to get to sleep, they all do niggly things, don't they? Like breathing. 30 years together, is there anything about each other when you're trying to get to sleep that's irritating? He snores, does he snore? Gives a chill to people who think that they're a snorer? Well, the people who know they're sitting beside a snorer. There's a bit of denial in the room tonight. My boyfriend snores, and I found out recently that my dad also snores, because I was whinging to my mum about my boyfriend snoring, and she said, "Have you tried these?" And then slid something across the kitchen bench like it was drugs. "Try these." And what they were those nasal strips. I don't know if you've seen them. They're little strips that go across the bridge of the snorer's nose so that they open the nostrils out so that they can breathe more clearly, and in theory they don't snore anymore. Now, they worked for us for a while until it came to Christmas. Now, something you need to know about me is that I really love Brussels sprouts. My boyfriend doesn't like Brussels sprouts, so at Christmas we get a big bag of Brussels sprouts and I eat the lot. And I don't mind telling you, I'm pretty fucking toxic. So just before we went to bed on Christmas night, my boyfriend went, "Do you mind if I don't put the strip on tonight?" I don't want my nostrils to be any bigger than they have to be. Another thing he does, he puts his arm across us, and I quite like that, because I feel quite sort of safe and protected, I suppose. But then sometimes he puts his leg across, and I think, oh, now you're taking the fucking piss. The last time I did it, he put his foot, remember, I described it not that long ago. He put his foot on my leg, and he rubbed it up and down. And I went, "What are you doing?" And he went, "I'm being tender." I said, "No, love, you're exfoliating."
She's good.
Would you like me to be tender with you, Samantha?
It's casually crusty. He has really soft feet, actually.
Okay, let's not even go there. My goodness. Way too much information for you two, let me tell you that. So you were saying that you found it funny?
Yeah, she jokes. I mean, she makes some I think she's from the UK, right?
Yeah.
So some British references that takes me a minute to kind of like catch up.
Yeah, at the beginning too, she was a little bit fast with,
Yeah.
her vocabulary was coming up pretty quickly, and so you're trying to,
Like, wait a minute, translate. But no, she's good. And Nick said she's pretty quick and like witty, which is good. I like it.
You like it, all right. So you're
Do you
enjoying
like it?
our first female comedian.
I am. What do you think about the first female?
Oh yeah,
comedian?
she's good. She's great. She's witty and like you said, lots of energy. I like, hearing a different side, because we've obviously said that we've done a lot of male comedians, so she's offering the female perspective. So
it's funny too, because we've done actually quite a few male skits that take like their take on relationships.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like, flip
yeah,
side.
that's what I'm saying. It's cool here. All right, last 4 minutes. Won't stop it again.
But when I lived alone, I really liked it. I really liked living alone. But one of the things I love about living with somebody else again is I like the unpredictability of it. I like that every now and again a sentence will come out that I would never have said. The most recent one, out of nowhere, he just went, "Your shed's no good to have a wank in." And I said, "That's because it's a greenhouse, love." But I told you I live on my own. My boyfriend also lives on his own. I think some people think that's quite odd that we've been together a few years and we don't live together. But we sort of feel like we've got the best of both worlds, because we have a few days a week together and a few days a week apart, and it's sort of ideal. There was a time that he moved in with me for 3 months because he was between flats and it made sense. And I was fine with it because there was an end date. I'm a bit stuck in my ways. I love you, but bye. And while he was at mine, for those 3 months, I worked away for a week, and when I came back, some things had changed in my flat. And I said, love, one of the towels smells of bums. You got any idea what that might be? Without even thinking, he just went, "That'll be me bum towel." So when he did eventually move out as a housewarming present, I brought him a small brown hand towel. It's good because it's brown, he doesn't have to wash it and just crack it and use it again. Oh. But his mum came around to his flat. His mum's lovely. She came around to his flat and she said, "Got you a new duvet set." He said, "I don't need a new duvet set." She said, "You've got one that you just wash and put back on. This way you'll have a change." And he said, "That's lovely, thank you very much." So she went to put it on, and it was lovely. It was all patterned, sort of matching. It was really nice. It was a little bit flowery for him, just a little bit flowery for him. And he went in to have a look, and he didn't want to hurt her feelings. He came back out and he went, "She's made me bed gay." I said, "No, love, just because it hasn't got spunk in dinner and it doesn't make it gay." Clean, that's the word you're looking for. It's clean. And his mum had overheard, and she came in and she said, "It's not a gay bed. If it was a gay bed, there'd be shackles." On DVDs, has she been fucking watching? But he is a lovely man. He's lovely. We were in bed the other day and he got quite animated. And he shouted out, "Feel how hard that is." And I thought, you bugger, it's Tuesday. We didn't have this booked in. Turns out he's talking about the skin on his feet.
Not me.
I thought about taking him to one of those places, you know those places that are popping up all over the place where it's got a tank with the fish in and you put your feet in and the fish nibble at the hard skin, you know those places. And I thought about taking him to one of those and I thought, I can't do that. The poor little fish, they'll think he's got fucking shoes on. I'm just going to take him to a blacksmith instead. But he's lovely. He's the nicest person I've ever met. He's a genuinely good man. And in January this year, I said to him, "You know what? I think it's about time we started talking about the future." And that's what I expected from him, like an awkward silence. Maybe some footsteps as he walked the fuck out of me life. But he didn't. He just smiled, just really like a beam and grin. And I was really touched. And I thought, oh my God, he wants to spend his future with me. Yay. And I said, "Are you sure you're all right talking about the future?" And he went, "What, like flying cars and that?"
Hello, it's Sarah Millican here. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my latest videos. Don't forget to like, pop a comment below, and why not stick around to watch a few more? I'm sure those emails or those dishes can wait a bit longer.
Oh, goodness.
So, your final thoughts on Sarah Millican?
I liked her. That she was like quick punchlines, is relatable, she's funny. I like her.
Yeah, I thought it's an interesting dynamic as well, because similar to Jimmy Carr, who's another UK-based comedian, and his demeanor, the way he looks, the way he sounds, kind of plays a trick on you, you know, in terms of what you expect to come out of his mouth.
Yes.
And, you know, never judge a book by its cover. But, you know, similarly with her, I find it, you know, she sounds, you know, like
She's
just
a cute British woman.
Yeah. And, you know, very reserved, you know, sounding, and then all of a sudden she'll come out with a punchline, like you said, out of nowhere and pop at you.
Or a little swear word pop in there.
Yeah. And I think that adds to the dynamic of, you know, making her just personality funny as well as the material that she's giving. Right?
Yeah,
So,
I also like that even though she is quick, she'll stop and have those pauses, kind of like how Jimmy Carr does as well.
Yeah.
And that like allows, you know, the audience to like laugh a little bit along the way. It's almost like she's like stopping and just kind of like waiting for the reaction to play off of that.
So with that said, we have Jimmy Carr on the channel. We got a couple from him now. So if you want to check out some Jimmy Carr, we got that, and there's probably a playlist going to be popping up somewhere here. Or you may have seen the video come up already. So you got lots of different comedians to check out. Like I said, if you want to join us on this journey, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully that means we see you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.